Maybe it's a Monday afternoon and you are in your Wonder Woman onesie at home, not in class, drinking white wine and mint Oreos because I am ovulating in ways that I am not prepared to deal with today. And so instead, we're going to be doing the Unpopular Opinions book tag. I decided to do this tag because Emma from Drinking by My Shelf did it recently, and I very much enjoy watching her channel. We're just going to call this a tribute and not certain life choices. Question number 1 is a popular book or series that you don't like. The Chronicles of Narnia. I was introduced to these books via my grandmother reading them to me and my sister. So that part, there is a slight fondness. However, I don't know what it is about those books. I have an extraordinary memory when it comes to books. That's why I don't reread them, because I'm like, I've already been here. But with these books, I have read the entire series throughout my life several times and cannot remember a goddamn thing. I have so many issues with this book, okay? Just such obvious agendas behind it. Also the inherent misogyny in how Susan's character is dealt with makes me so fucking mad. Question number 2 is a popular book or series that everyone hates but you love. I feel like I've heard some pretty harsh criticisms of NW by Zadie Smith, and I love that book. Number 3 is a love triangle where the character ends up with the person you didn't want them to end up with. I do not read a lot of books that consist of love triangles as a plot point, or I haven't for a long time, but the one that upsets me to this very day and moment in time is from the Lioness Quartet, I think it's called, by Tamara Pierce. And this is where Alana, our main heroine, warrior-like person, ends up with not Prince Jonathan, but George, the oldest motherfucker in this book. Why? Honestly, I didn't like either of her options. I wanted her to end up alone. I am starved for my badass spinsters, okay? I crave these stories. Where are they? I have been left high and dry since McGonagall. I don't know if it's the wine or all these bad memories that are giving me acid reflux. Number 4 is a popular genre that you hardly reach for. This is where I'm gonna have to ask you to not at me. This is where I'm gonna have to ask you to understand that I'm speaking from a personal context and that I do not transfer these bad vibes into other people who enjoy this genre. That being said, I hate magical realism and I hate the fairy tale retelling moment that we have been in here on BookTube. I just am so passionately disinterested in this. Question number 5 is a beloved character that you do not like. And I'm gonna agree with Emma on this one. I'm gonna say Snape. I'm also gonna say Mr. Rochester, because I read this book a little bit later into teenagehood, and so I was like, excuse me, no, with these antics, sir. Question 6 is a popular author that you can't seem to get into. A lot of popular YA authors. Jean Green, I'm good. You know what I mean? Even like Rainbow Rowell. Number 7 is a popular book trope that you are tired of seeing. I mean, white, cishet, able-bodied, middle to upper class people. Even when there are books about or characters that are queer and or trans, when it's just like unnecessarily tragic, I'm already a sad queer. I don't need, stop it. Number 8, a popular book series that you have no interest in reading. I mean, like literally all of them. I don't love series. That's not my thing. I get very overwhelmed. Number 9, the penultimate question. What is a TV show or movie that is better than the book? I feel like at least once in my life, I have very distinctly made the judgment that I had viewed something that was at least just as good as the book, and I can't really remember what it is. But I will say I have a feeling that I will enjoy Sense and Sensibility, the movie, more than I ever will the book. That is the tag completed. Please don't hate me. But before we go, we do need to talk about one thing very much importantly. Oh God. I'm sure we're all aware of the stuff going on right now under the new Trump dictatorship. And even though if you, like me, are in a different country like Canada, it may seem like you're helpless to things that are happening because it's outside of your country and what can you do. However, there are at least 2 things that as Canadians we can be contacting our members of parliament about. And I will leave a link below to a script for either email or voice calling that you can do, as well as a really easy way to find your MPs or members of parliament just by entering your postal code. 2 of the things that we need to make sure that we're putting pressure on the government about through our MPs or even through contacting the Prime Minister's office directly is the travel ban, as well as suspending or repealing the Safe Third Country Agreement, which prevents asylum seekers who have already been to the US from entering Canada. And so this is going to affect a lot of people clearly, because Justin Trudeau can say as much as he wants about how welcome people are in Canada without actually implementing any policy, which is what's been happening thus far. Because unlike the image of Canada that we are fed and that Justin Trudeau in particular likes to uphold and pay lip service to, we actually live in a regime of detainment in terms of immigration in Canada. I will leave information to all of that down below.